Hello, Danny.
Hello.
Ooh. Can you hit me with it one more time?
Hello.
Oh, god damn! How you doing today, Danny?
Doing pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie, Danny. My whole body hurts from working a festival this weekend. I just worked like a one-off day festival, helping a friend out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it rained, so we didn't get to sell as much as we did. But hey, I got paid, so I ain't mad about it. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that we waited to do the podcast till Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause like the moment we said that, Saturday morning, just I got hit with 50 notifications on Twitter of just everything that happened, and the gaming world just imploding. And I have like, hold on, I think I've got like two smaller topics. I'm gonna go and swap it over to the main screen here. I got two small topics. Actually, no, I think it's only the one. Actually, yeah, I think it's just no. I've got two small topics here, and then one really big topic,
I
which
think we might have the same big topic.
I think we do. So I think we'll save the big topic for last. Okay. So let's go. I'm gonna go through my two smaller ones. Do you have any small topics to talk about as well?
I think it's mostly just the big one because that was like all weekend for me.
Okay. So I will go ahead and go through the two small topics. So the first one is Magic the Gathering is releasing Hatsune Miku special art edition cards. I don't know if you saw that, uh, but it is kind of wild. So I believe there's going to be 6 different cards, all with special art, inspired by Hatsune Miku. The 3 that I'm trying to see if I can find all of them. I don't think I don't think anybody's got all of them. Oh, here we go. All 6 special cards are going to be, there's going to be 1 instant, 2 sorceries, 2 creatures, and then 1 land. And it's going to be the Secret Lair Hatsune Miku Sakura Superstar. And it's going to be special anime art with, specifically 2 legendary creatures getting a rename. Well, I'll kind of explain what a rename is. It's basically the exact same, like, the card functions the exact same as the original creature, but it's just renamed to fit the theme. So, for example, right, the legendary creature Azusa Lost but Seeking has been renamed Miku Lost but Singing instead as kind of a theme for it. It's literally the exact same effect, but it's got the Hatsune Miku art with a special caption underneath, and they're all full art cards from the Secret Lair. And those start on it says here they started. Is this right? Why does this look weird? Hold on. When was this released? This was published 9 hours ago. What the hell? Well, it released on April, I think here it says April 8th. They're starting, and I believe they're doing like a small thing about it. But I thought it was super cool. 'Cause like, some of the cards are like big staples in Magic the Gathering, like Shelter and Harmonize, right? Shelter it's a white card. It just gives your creature protection from a color of your choice. Harmonize is like the staple green draw card, like just raw draw card. You don't have to do anything for it. You play the mana, or you tap the mana, you play the card, you get to draw. And then there's the 2 creatures, and then there's Chandra's Ignition, which has been renamed Miku Spark. Inspiring Vantage, and then there's the Miku Lost But Singing, which is the which is the one for Azusa Lost but Seeking, and then Miku the Renowned instead of Feather the Redeemed, which are super cool, but it's a secret lair. It's kind of dope, and I thought that was something cool. The other, yeah, it's a cool, fun collab. It's not like a big, because the big thing is that like it's not a Universes Beyond, right? So Universes Beyond is like the Fallout series and Magic the Gathering having a collaboration, right? Like that's a straight up just like huge thing. The secret layers are more like small individual bundles of cards or like individual like sets of cards. It's not like a whole set worth of cards. But it's super cool. It wasn't, nobody saw it coming for a while. And I think they slowly released them. I could be wrong though on that, but it's dope. The second small topic I have is, I don't know if you saw this, but Moist Critical, Charlie, Moist Esports is suing U.S. immigration over their trying to get their team over into the U.S. because a lot of the team, I believe, is European? Australian, yeah. Which is super fucked. Like, they fucked with immigration so hard that he had to let the entire team go.
Yep.
Like, that's fucked.
And unfortunately, the initial thing that he's trying to sue them for, you can't actually sue immigration for. Because they're immune to monetary damage suits.
Which is crazy to me that they are, because, I mean, the history of immigration here in the U.S. is built on monetary gain and bribery. Like, for those of you that don't know, immigration was a big problem when it first really started here in the U.S. because people that had money could buy their way into getting their citizenship a lot quicker. And it never really stopped. And again, immigration... the U.S. has to be one of the worst countries when it comes to immigration. Like, people wait... There are people that have been reported to wait decades for U.S. citizenship.
It's why a lot of people do the marriage loophole.
Mm-hmm.
It's faster.
It's so much faster. Because it's like it actually has to be within a specific time period that they get their U.S. citizenship, and then they're a U.S. citizen, and then they just get divorce, which looks shitty on paper, but it's like, honestly, fuck the government, fuck the government. I just thought it was really fucked because I'm like,
oh yeah, no, it absolutely was, because they're like they're in the top 5 Apex teams.
Yeah, which is crazy because for those of you that don't know, Apex I think is probably the biggest, Battle Royale team collab group now.
It is right now because PUBG fucking died.
And nobody gives a shit about Fortnite.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Also, Halo Infinite is a fucking joke. Well, hold on. Halo Infinite didn't have a... No, what was the other one? What's the other Battle Royale? There's one more I'm missing. Because Halo Infinite was supposed to have a Battle Royale, and then they just never did it.
Yeah, they realized that was not a good idea.
Well, they realized Halo Infinite was a fucking joke. It's so bad. Oh my god, it's so fucking bad. I mean, it's slowly gotten better. They finally brought back Forge and all of the classic Forge maps, but it's still ass.
343 is no longer going to be working on Halo.
Thank God. Here's the problem, though. I'm sorry, I don't think any company should work on Halo except for Bungie, and we all know that will never happen again after what Microsoft did to them. So,
like, at least they handed it off to the Halo Wars team. So we might get something that's not Master Chief related.
Which, honestly, I'm kind of here for, because for those of you that haven't played the Halo Wars games, they're bangers. Probably the best console RTS I think I've ever seen, other than Tom Clancy's End War. And
good old Command and Conquer.
Yeah, Command and Conquer, yeah, too. Well, I always point because Command and Conquer has been a big staple for RTS. I mean, when you think RTS, you think of things, like Halo Wars, like Command and Conquer, and I think the biggest one of them all, StarCraft.
Yep.
Right. But I have a small obsession with the game Tom Clancy's End War. And the reason why is because, unlike every other one of those games, Tom Clancy's End War did something a little bit differently. And that was, it used your mic. You could use your mic to issue commands to your troops.
I forgot about that.
Which I thought was the coolest fucking thing on planet Earth. And the coolest part was that you could integrate it to use both your mic and your controls. So as you're issuing commands to one team, you could use your controller to issue commands to a secondary team at the same time. So in theory, you could command two teams at the same time, which for most RTS games normally doesn't happen. Like, you normally have to focus on one and then quickly shift to the other. Like, that's fucking dope. And granted, the campaign's maybe 6 hours long total for each of the three factions, but it is the coolest shit on planet Earth. And it's $4 goddamn for 360. I kind of actually want to fucking hook up my 360 and play it again. Oh my god, that shit was so fun. It was so fun. Oh my god. Oh, hit me in the comments below if you want me to fucking hook up my 360 and play Tom Clancy's End War on stream or do a YouTube video about it. Because, damn, that's a good game, Danny. It's a really good game. Did you ever get the chance to play it?
I did not.
Oh, you've still got a 360, right?
I've got a paperweight.
So let me guess, you have an OG 360.
I had one of the slims, but it got software update bricked.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it. But nah, if you ever get the chance, Danny, please play it and please use the mic. It is, it's gold. And you can, I mean, back when mom and pop game shops were a huge thing, again, I picked it up for $4. And it's a gem. It's definitely a gem. 1,000%. So, but again, the Moist Esports theme is just so fucked. And it just shows again that U.S. immigration fucking blows. With that being said, and I think you and I have the same fucking topic here, is the Helldivers 2 controversy.
It's bad.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know or have lived under a rock or don't really have social media, Helldivers 2 is requiring, Arrowhead is requiring that all Helldivers 2 players link their account to a PlayStation Network account, and by June 4th. So I don't know the full intricacies of why that's a bad thing, because I think I might have a slight understanding of it, slight misunderstanding of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you handle the initial reason of what that entails and why this is bad, Danny.
So, I have been in the thick of this since the announcement was put out. Which the most important thing about the announcement is who signed off on it. Because normally, when it's an update from Arrowhead, they sign Arrowhead Games. This one was signed Sony Entertainment.
Yep.
This kicked off a massive hornet's nest from the moment that it was announced. Within, just the severity of this. To put this in perspective, Helldivers 2 on Steam was in the firm, mostly positive review. Within 72 hours of this announcement, it had completely switched to mostly negative. We are talking somewhere in the ballpark of 200,000 negative reviews in 72 hours. The reason that it got so heavily negative reviewed in that time span is also what Steam had to do, because with the requirement of PSN, Helldivers is no longer playable in 170 countries. Because there are 170 countries where the game was previously sold that do not have PSN region support, including the entire continent of Africa. So, legally, Steam can no longer sell Helldivers in regions that they cannot play the game. And anyone that has the game in those regions are basically being given refunds by Steam, not Sony, by Steam, because somebody had to fix this problem. And essentially, the only support that they have right now, and this is for PlayStation support directly, are telling people to essentially break TOS to actually play the game, which could result in them being banned from the game.
Yeah, and again, none of this is Arrowhead's fault. Like,
This
literally
is a
none of it.
Sony decision.
Yeah.
100% Sony decision, because the reason they gave, by the way, which is probably the most bullshit reason I've ever heard someone give a reason for this, they wanted to make it easier on themselves to ban people from the game if they needed to.
Which seems absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like,
Because all they had to do to ban someone from the game was take a list of the name, send it to Valve if they were on PC, and then just let Valve handle it. Usually would be resolved in, like, somewhere between a few days, a few weeks. But the main reason, which is what a lot of people are speculating, Sony pushed this decision because they want to bump up their new account numbers. Because currently, the new PSN account creation numbers have been very, very stagnant.
gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because of, the 5 million other reasons that Sony has been a scumbag company the past 3 years?
All of the data breaches.
All of the data breaches, all of the not getting fucking exclusives, a lot of the fucking companies that Microsoft bought out from underneath Sony, the big ones like Bethesda.
And on top of that, Microsoft has been on the string of goodwill earning so far by being like, hey, we're gonna basically start killing off exclusivity on our end.
Yeah, and it's Sony basically being the greedy little bastards they are.
Yep. And basically within 72 hours, they have taken Helldivers 2 and all of its goodwill and thrown out the window so far that Sucker Punch, the creators of Ghost of Tsushima, had to release a statement saying that they will not require a PSN account to play the game.
And it's crazy that that Sony was able to tell Arrowhead that. Like, because the reason why is because Arrowhead as a developer, right? Are they directly under Sony, or are they an independent developer that can work with basically whoever they want?
They are theoretically an independent developer. Helldivers is just published by Sony. That is the only reason Sony has any sway in this.
Which I think is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like,
and after this, they're probably gonna work with someone else on another game.
Yeah.
Because
that
just burnt the bridge.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. And again, like, I equate this to the same as Microsoft when they first got rid of Bungie. Because this is pretty much along the lines of the same thing. Because Bungie, again, this is years old thing, but Bungie basically said, Microsoft said, "Hey Bungie, make another Halo game. We need your cash cow." And Bungie said, "No, we finished the series." And they're like, "No, make another game." And Bungie said, "No, we tied the series off. We finished it. The game series is over." And Microsoft said, "Fine, we own Halo. We're getting rid of you." And Bungie said, "Okay," and then signed a contract with Sony. And then 343 got a hold of Halo and basically tanked it into the fucking ground because Halo 4 is garbage, Halo 5 is absolute trash, and Halo Infinite is a fucking giant pile of dog shit that should have never been made.
There's so many things, but this whole situation is just, it's sad because Helldivers 2 was like literally becoming the poster child of how a live service game should be, and like, is the game itself still good? Yes, the game is fantastic. However, the player base is gonna drop like a rock the minute that gets enforced.
Yeah, and again, and I don't think we can stress this enough, this is not Arrowhead's fault. For those of you that are watching, none of this is Arrowhead's fault. They have done their absolute damnedest to make sure that the player base enjoys the game at its fullest. Again, the CEO of Arrowhead is one of the most based CEOs we have ever talked about on this channel. Ever. Like, he has said, there will be no PvP because the whole point of the game is to cooperate with teammates to manage democracy. Right? He wants the players to have fun, and the fact that Sony is just downright fucking taking it away from them is a shame, because it's like they got review dropped on Steam, which hurts Arrowhead more than anybody else. If anything, it should have been done on PlayStation, because you can actually rate the games on PlayStation. The problem is, you need to have a fucking account. And again, 170 countries that don't have fucking accounts. Which, by the way, wasn't Sony supposed to be, the company that's around the world? Like their whole point was that they reach everybody.
The problem with like PSN specifically is, I believe this did in fact start with their security issues. A lot of countries were not super thrilled about that, and they kind of don't let them in because they consider them a risk. On top of this, Sony could be facing a massive fine in the EU for this move if it does not get reverted, because the EU has a very strict geo-restrict digital products law, because they like to protect consumers. And the Baltics are one of the locations that is no longer able to play the game. And the Baltics are part of the EU. So...
And the Baltics have already had enough to deal with as it is.
So there's a lot of stuff here that very well cause some issues, but essentially, like, the game is kind of living on borrowed time as it currently sits because of this decision, unless it gets reversed.
Which, knowing Bungie, will probably not happen.
It's just sad to see this, because, like,
it's a
the
great
worst
game.
part about it, yeah, it's a fantastic game, and the worst part about this, literally coming out relatively soon, is the next Earth Defense Force game.
I did see that. And
it's gonna make a killing.
Well, and Earth Defense Force is being released, by the way, on every system. And I'm going to be real honest here, Danny. I was thinking about buying it on PlayStation, and at this point, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'd rather buy it on Steam and plug a controller in.
Like, honestly, the timing of this coming out, because, like, the release date trailer literally popped up 5 days ago.
Yeah.
So before any of this even happened, a direct competitor, basically, was announced.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god. It's so fucking dumb. Like, it's so fucking dumb that Sony refuses to learn from their fucking mistakes. Like, I mean, and I will fault Sony for 5 million goddamn reasons, right? I mean, the whole Spider-Man fucking incident, and the reason why Spider-Man wasn't in the fucking Marvel movies for the longest goddamn time, despite the fact that he's like one of the most well-known Marvel superheroes. I mean, all of the security breaches, nonetheless, all of the cross-continent gifting, that was a big issue of being able to gift people games from across countries because you're not using the same currency is fucking ridiculous. Because you bought the game for a friend. You're still spending money. Why can I not gift it to somebody? Like, it's Sony being greedy bastards. That's really what it boils down to. It's Sony being greedy bastards yet again for another fucking reason, and they're shooting themselves again in the fucking foot.
Ooh. Hold up.
Well, what'd you find?
Let's see. This just came out like a few moments ago. Oh my god.
Send it to me in the Discord so that way I can also take a look at it.
Yeah, this literally just came out from PlayStation Twitter.
Oh, there's no way. There's no fucking way. We literally are getting
Look
live
at this
news.
shit.
Hold on, let me see this shit. There's no fucking way.
The community's massive negative reviews fucking worked. Sony just now fucking released that they are not moving forward with the account linking update.
Oh, hold on. I have to
it.
pull this up on the big screen. Oh my god, Danny, I get to use the fuck. Oh my god. Where is it? Fuck.
We did it. As a collective community, we did it. We bullied Sony into actually listening for once. Holy shit.
Hold on.
This is real time.
Literally real time. Real time we did this.
I just decided to refresh my feed and like literally the first thing.
Yeah. There's no fucking way. I'm gonna zoom in. We just got done talking about this
literally
like 10 minutes ago.
17 minutes ago. Literally 17 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They posted this.
Yes, because currently it is 12:17 where I am at right now. 17 minutes ago, they just posted this. Like, as we started up the stream talking about, or started up the fucking VOD. What? Well, there goes the fucking video, Danny. There's no fucking way. There's no way the moment we go to fucking record this, we get hit with this shit.
Well, you know what? That's the title of the video now. Sony lost. Sony took the L.
Oh my god. So yes, again, we will read the tweet out here for you. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6 update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. Holy shit! They bullied Sony the player base bullied Sony so fucking hard that they said, oh fuck, we made a mistake.
Like, we finally figured out how to make Sony listen. And it's literally bombard them with the most, like, relentless stream of negativity possible.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. That's absurd. It's fucking absurd. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It literally took hundreds of thousands of negative reviews in a matter of 72 hours to get Sony to listen.
I'm more impressed that this literally happened in real time.
Yeah, no, this is huge. Everybody's gonna be making videos on this and like within the hour.
Oh my
This is
fucking god.
huge.
Oh my fucking god. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, by the way, again, this happened 19 minutes ago. I want to point out the amount of views this post already has. 20 minutes ago they posted this. Over 500,000 views in 20 minutes. What the fuck? This is reminding me, Danny, of when the initial trailer of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie dropped.
Oh yeah, no, this is the same thing. This is literally the same exact moment where something just really irked everyone collectively, and we just ganged up on. It's just a collected effort to change it.
Yeah, and you know what? Sony fucking deserves this. Sony absolutely deserves to get their ass handed to them. Like, they have been just absolutely on some garbage recently. They deserve this L.
Like, account linking is just... It should not have... They should not have even tried it, because the game sold so much more without it being region restricted.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Well, and again, there is only one linking that I am a pro of, and that is linking any, like, game accounts to Twitch Prime to get Twitch Prime rewards. Because all of that shit is free through Amazon. Like, the whole point of Twitch Prime rewards to get through for, like, cosmetics and shit is that. Like, if you have Twitch Prime, it's just free shit. Like, you don't have to if you don't want to, and most of the time, it really doesn't make a difference. But if you do it, and you have it, it's free shit. That is the only time that I think account linking is fine for games like, for games. This kind of, like, linking to shit like that is just so dumb. Oh my... What the fuck? I was prepared to spend an hour talking about this, and now we can't. Like, what the fuck? God damn it.
This weekend has, in fact, been a roller coaster. But I like how literally the announcement, the review bombing, and the reversal of the announcement all happened within a weekend.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we waited to do this episode until Sunday night. Like, this is the funniest shit on planet Earth. Because the sad part is, Danny, if we had recorded this an hour before, we wouldn't have seen this.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have really had much of anything.
Yeah, like, other than seeing, like, talking about the Helldiver shit, like, seeing this post alone, fucking hysterical.
literally 17 minutes into the fucking rant on how bad of a decision this was. They're like, yeah, no, we realized we made a mistake. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, however, this is still not enough to make me buy Earth Defense Force on PlayStation.
Oh, yeah,
I'm still probably gonna buy it on Steam.
Just the fact that they considered this and left that announcement up until now, they burnt a lot of goodwill they got from publishing Helldivers.
Yeah, and I guarantee
PC ports are always also going to be like looked on very negatively, aside from Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, well, and again, like, Arrowhead and many companies that do, you know, only Sony and PC games that don't go over to Microsoft, right? They may not do Sony anymore. They may break off and literally just strictly be independent and be like, hey, we would love to release our game. Who wants to put it on their systems? Like, in my opinion, Arrowhead should absolutely do that. And if Sony wants them, they have to pay.
Oh yeah, no. Sony is probably going to start losing developers.
Oh,
I mean, this whole debacle.
They've been losing developers for several years now. Like, again, Microsoft was able to buy Bethesda straight up from out under them, and like, hey, Bethesda, we'll give you way more fucking freedom and money to do whatever you want to play, like whatever you want to make.
The Bethesda deal was even bigger because they bought them out from ZeniMax.
Yeah.
Fucking ZeniMax was massive.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That, like, it's fucking absurd.
And right now, like, they're basically, like, they're making all of it back real easy by not restricting it to one platform.
Yeah, no, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Also, now I can close all of these stupid fucking Helldivers tabs that I have. I have like 7 of them open. Well,
I had like 2 articles open, so yeah, no, those articles are fucking useless now.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is so dumb.
It's honestly, first and foremost, props to Arrowhead for sticking to it and actually, like, because I know there were a few people from the dev team, or at least the community team on for Helldivers that were telling people to negatively review the game on both PlayStation and Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It worked.
It worked. And, like, it's... Now, I don't know... I don't know if you've seen...
Fighting for it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've seen Pirate Software.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pirate Software, for those of you that don't know, is the son of one of the major, like, creators of original WoW. And he makes his own games. And he's been tweeting about this shit nonstop all fucking weekend. And I need to show this fucking post because I think it is fucking hysterical. He posted, and mind you, this was 4 hours ago. So this was before the announcement. He literally posted this. This literally could not have gone any other way. You trained every Helldiver to work together to defeat their foes as a community. Then you became their greatest enemy. Were the PSN signups worth it to the shareholders? And he highlights 14% of the 248,357 users' reviews in the last 30 days are positive. And overwhelmingly negative.
Mm-hmm.
Like, brother, you fucked up! You fucked up!
Yep. My whole feed now is nothing but that PlayStation tweet.
He just tweeted major order complete.
Yeah, like literally what did they expect? Literally the whole community, like, I just want to put this into perspective what they were messing with. They put out a major order to kill 8 billion bugs, and it was done within 24 hours. Like, I think it was actually done in 14 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It's been the most unified, like, player base I think I have ever seen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they definitely picked a fight that they had no business picking. And now, literally, my entire feed, I kid you not, my entire feed is all people celebrating Sony taking the L.
Yeah, and again, my want to buy a PS5 just dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to buy a PS5 so bad to play Helldivers 2, because I know that my laptop will not be able to run it. But yeah, the moment Helldivers becomes on Xbox, I will probably pick up an Xbox. The newest Xbox.
Honestly, if they did not reverse this decision, I doubt it would have been releasing anywhere else. Now it actually does have a chance.
Yeah, no. Like, Arrowhead, I guarantee you Arrowhead goes to Microsoft and goes, hey, we'd love to release Helldivers 2 on Xbox.
Like, honestly, I look for a lot of, especially after Embracer kind of exploded, I'm looking for a lot of developers to start like testing the waters and seeing if they can get some funding from other places.
Well, and I think this is something, and you know what, this is actually something that we can really fill the rest of the time with, is this is one of the reasons why I think game development companies should no longer be funded by major gaming setups, i.e., Steam, Sony, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Nobody should have, like, no company, like no gaming company should be have to be aligned with one of them to sell their game. They should make the game available to play on all of them and go, hey, we would love to be able to sell our game on your system. What can you offer us? And I think that the power should be held to the companies, right? And I know that some people may say, oh, that's terrible. Then all the big companies, get them fair market share. Maybe, yes. But also, have you seen a lot of the AAA companies recently? Like, let's talk about that for a second, okay? Let's talk about that. When was the last time a AAA company released something that wasn't dog shit?
Yep.
Like, Halo.
Looking at you, Ubisoft.
Yeah. Like, Halo. Dog shit. Call of Duty. Dog shit. Most of the things you've released from Ubisoft in the past, 2 to 3 years. Dog shit. Like, all of these major gaming companies, again, this is the whole reason why Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year last year. The whole fucking reason they won was because a fucking indie studio was like, hey, we're going to pour our hearts out into this game and make the best fucking game possible, and absolutely bodied, and I mean bodied, the competition. There was not a single fucking game that could stand up to it. Not a single fucking one.
For the price of that game, the amount of playtime and replayability you get out of it is insane for a game of this size.
Yeah. And they were very quick to fix the problems that happened with the game. They were very quick.
They constantly gave it up to, it was almost basically every week it was getting an update.
Mm-hmm.
And the key to its success, I think, was the fact that it spent over a year in early access.
Oh yeah, I remember playing the demo.
Yeah, and they worked super hard with the community that played it and listened to the feedback and was like, okay, we need to change this, we need to tone this down or boost this up, move this here and there, work on some stories, and they did it. It works. It's just genuinely a good game.
Yeah, and I think we're going to, after this debacle with Sony, I think that a lot of companies are going to start realizing that they shouldn't get the funding from gaming systems anymore because of shit like this. And they instead they should, because and here's the problem is that a lot of these studios can't make games without the funding. But I want to point out something real quick before we get to the bottom and the end of this, okay? How many indie developers and indie games do we see on Steam? A lot.
Many. Steam, and this is something that I applaud them for a lot. Steam has at least one of these every year. What's called a game jam. And you'll get a whole promoted page of games that are made within so many hours by one or a small group of people. And it really is a good chance to showcase what these developers can do. Because some of those game jam games are phenomenal.
Oh,
for
yeah.
how short a time span they have to actually make them.
Oh, yeah.
And they go on to make really good indie games.
Yeah. I mean, think of all of the popular fucking indie games that came from Steam, right? I mean, the critically acclaimed Slay the Spire. took Steam by fucking hold when it dropped.
One of the biggest success stories from the indie dev scene in this past year, Lethal Company.
Oh, yeah. Lethal Company
Super
was...
simple.
Yeah. And even things that aren't indie. Like, for example, Steam getting a hold of the entirety of the Mega Man Battle Network collection.
Mm-hmm.
They ripped that from Nintendo. Nintendo was never going to re-release Mega Man. Never. And Steam said, fuck it. We'll do it.
Yeah, it's like
And
Steam.
It stays
Steam is
true.
The last, they're like the last gamer's refuge, kind of, in a sense.
It's one of the reasons why so many people are swapping to PC from gaming consoles. And I think after Sony, now, granted, Microsoft has done a lot this past year and a year to 2 years to try and get goodwill. Microsoft has done a lot of bad things in the past, and there's a lot of things that I won't forgive them for. Examples, what they did to Bungie after Halo 3 and Halo Reach. But Microsoft has been doing a lot to try and be like, hey, we really are still a major competitor in the gaming scene. We want you to buy an Xbox. We want to give you a reason to continue to purchase our console and to buy games through our console system. Right?
Yeah. I think their best thing, though, that they've been doing is the fact that they're not saying, you have to have an Xbox.
Yeah. Giving away their exclusives. Huge.
Yep. And
big.
Game Pass.
Yeah,
Game Pass is huge.
The Game Pass selections have been so fucking good because it's basically just, hey, spend what? Maybe what is it for a year of Game Pass?
If you want to do Ultimate, which allows you to have it gives you Xbox Live, well, what Xbox Live used to be, plus the entire collection of games and the ability to use the cloud for $15.
Yeah, for what, the whole year? Or is it just a month?
A month.
Yeah.
It's $15 a month, which is you play games a lot, that goes a long way.
Yeah, and to put in perspective what $15 will buy you elsewhere in the other world, $15 is what it is for 1 month of a WoW subscription. For 1 month. For a singular game, $15 will buy you a month of World of Warcraft Classic subscription.
And Game Pass is Game Pass Ultimate. That's 100 something games, somewhere thereabouts, and it rotates in and out every so often.
Yeah, and if you like a game enough, you can just go buy the game.
Yeah, and they give you a discount. They give you a discount while you have it. But the thing that I really like about it is the fact that it's not just major titles in Game Pass.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of smaller developers too.
Yep, one game that I had been looking forward to for a long time that I didn't know was coming out on Game Pass, and I've been playing it, Another Crab's Treasure. That game is so much fun. It is genuinely one of the most refreshing Souls-like games.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the Souls-like game. Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, that's oh my fucking god, it's insane. It's insane. And I applaud Bungie, or not Bungie. I keep saying Bungie. I'm so stuck on Bungie right now. Final Shape's in my head. They've got a grip of me. They've got a hold of my soul.
That was the only other thing that I saw this week because I did Pantheon, and it's interesting.
I've heard it's very difficult, and they've already had to disable several of the fucking encounters because they're just fucking impossible to do. But yeah, no. Again, I think that people are going to start buying more and more PCs. At this point in time, why should I drop $500 on a new console just to have to buy another console in the next 5 to 6 years when I can spend $1,000 on a PC that I can slowly upgrade over time, and that I can take individual pieces out, and I can basically play whatever the fuck I want. Because let's be real, I don't know what the number is, but whatever games are on, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, you can play on PC.
Yep. That's why Game Pass is cool, which I can put this into perspective as well. If you don't have an Xbox and you don't have a need for the cloud, Game Pass on PC is $11. Whole PC game library, $11 a month.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... this is fucking insane. But,
What timing?
yeah, exactly. Hashtag fuck Sony.
Yeah.
God, I wish I could make that the YouTube thumbnail.
Oh yeah, no, YouTube would definitely not like that.
YouTube would absolutely... I mean, it's not like I'm monetized anyways.
I mean, it's fair.
I'm not monetized anyways. Fuck it. But yeah, so... Alright, well, you said that there was something for Final Shape that we needed to talk about Destiny 2, so let's go ahead and do that real quick before we end the podcast, because I feel like there's really not much left for us to talk about.
Yeah, like, after that, like, I had to dig a little bit to find something, but yeah, there's a couple tweaks that they're doing in Final Shape that is pretty interesting. So, first and foremost, Rahul is getting a rework.
I saw that, and I saw the memes of that, and players like, you know what happened the last time Rahul allowed you to use engrams, right? Like, you do realize the last time he was given that power, the fucking rest of the community hated him.
I mean, they're still gonna hate him, but they're gonna hate him less because, I actually do kind of like this refresh. Because you get reputation by just decrypting engrams. And once you get the reset, you can focus decrypt those engrams. And the best part about it is lost sectors are now in Final Shape will no longer be tied to specific armor pieces. They will just have a chance to just straight up drop an exotic engram that you can take to Rahul and focus once you've hit that rank.
And you can also just get exotic engrams from literally anywhere.
Yep.
Because, I'm going to be honest, Danny, all the pieces of Warlock gear that I still needed, not going to be farming lost sectors anymore. Like, I have no need to. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Like, I have like 5 Warlock pieces I need. Guess what? Fucking lost sectors suck balls. They're ass.
Which is why
nobody likes
this
them.
change is so good.
Yeah, nobody fucking likes them. They're garbage.
It's like, it's gonna make finding that specific role you want on an exotic armor piece a lot easier, or potentially, if we can get our exotic class items through Rahul as well, be a good way to get the random rolls.
Facts.
So I like this. It's a good change. It's honestly, it's another one of the newer player-friendly features. And I like seeing more of these.
Yes. Yes. I mean, with last week, them basically removing Shah Han from a new light is wonderful, because...
And doing that.
Hashtag fuck Shah Han.
Undoing sunsetting.
Oh my god, again. Banger.
Yeah, no, they're cooking, and I'm excited to see the rest of the stuff they have in store, because they definitely have not told us everything yet.
Oh, yeah, no, and we're probably not, and we're just, every week, we're going to see more and more and more, and more reason for us to pre-order Final Shape.
Yep, like, we got a while.
Yeah, and here's the issue. If I want to play Final Shape, I have to pre-order it on my PlayStation, and it hurts. It hurts. I want to buy a PC so fucking bad, even if my apartment may not be able to handle it. I'm just going to say fuck it. I'm just going to say fuck it and just buy a fucking PC. Because I'm like, I will buy the Steam Deck. Actually, how good are the Steam Deck controllers?
I've heard good things about the Steam Deck.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay, because I'm going to buy I'm probably going to buy a Steam controller. Just because I'm like... Because technically, yes, I could use a PlayStation controller, but like... Trying to work them through the computer just sucks balls.
They are kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird, and honestly, at this point, I would rather just get a supported controller and just do it that way. So,
Yeah.
final shape. Bungie's cooking.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, and also now I'm more excited because it means I can actually update and play Helldivers again. Even though I already had a PSN account.
Yep, amen to that. And with that being said, Danny, I think that might be the end of the podcast.
We got a resolution in real time. That's a first.
Yeah, I know that shit is wild. But yeah, with that being said, Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at CatboxDanny.
You can also find me on YouTube and Twitch at DominiFox or on Twitter at DominiFox1. Thank you all so much for sitting here hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.